Today's practice is a RAIN practice around limiting beliefs. So, like we've talked about before, thoughts, emotions, and feelings in the body are all connected. And how we've been working our RAIN practice up to this point has been to find an emotion and then try to find that emotion in the body, see what it feels and what it needs, and move through the RAIN steps from that starting point. Today, I'm going to offer a prompt of working with a limiting belief, and I'll give some examples of some limiting beliefs that I have. If none of these, if you do not connect with any of these and you have one that comes to mind very quickly, please just work with any limiting belief that you'd like to work with today. That is available for you to work with today. Again, we don't want to work with anything that on our scale of 0 to 10, anything over a 6 that is more in the trauma realm. So, a friendly reminder, our 4 steps are recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. And then the final step is after the RAIN, where we integrate our practice. And if no limiting belief feels right for you today, none that I offer or none comes to mind, you can work with any emotion that arises. Okay. Coming into your meditation seat, your meditation position. And here we're sitting with some energy, and we're sitting with some ease in the physical body. So just finding that balance here of effort and ease. Softening any obvious areas of tension that you can feel here, or that any place you habitually hold tension. Closing down the eyes if you're comfortable with that. Maybe taking a few deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. And when it feels right, settling into just your natural breath, what feels natural, what flows naturally in and out your nose. Just doing the best you can to let go of trying to control the breath, just letting the breath breathe itself. Softening in the face and the jaw and the neck and the shoulders. And just feeling the body breathing. Now bring to mind some belief right now that you feel might be limiting you. Some examples like I'm flawed, or I'm unworthy, I'm unlovable, I can't really be successful, or maybe I'm too needy, or I'm greedy, or hurtful, or angry. Can fill in the blank there with anything that falls into one of your limiting beliefs. It could be, I need to change for others to love me. Landing on some limiting belief and recognize anything that is swirling around that, any related feelings like fear or sadness or anger, anything that you notice is here right now. Just noticing what kind of sensations arise or what emotions arise. Any additional thoughts that arise, just recognizing here what is happening right now. And then just, can you allow it to be there? Maybe saying yes, or this too. Trying to not resist. This step, this allowing step, is a gift to yourself. By allowing and not resisting, we are letting the emotion flow through us instead of holding on to it. And then begin to investigate by inviting in the fullness of the belief. What is the core of the belief that is really keeping you small, that's keeping you in a trance or making you feel stuck or reactive? What are you believing? Maybe I'll never be loved. I'm just not worthy. I can't trust myself. I need to change to be okay. Just shining more light on the core of the belief. And that core is what tends to hook us or hold us down, keeping us from growing and shining and being as full as we possibly can be. And when you're believing this, what is your experience here? Sense through your body, checking in the throat region, your chest, your belly. How are you experiencing this in your body right now? What happens inside of you when you're really believing this? Maybe you hear the words in your mind, that voice that's repeating that belief. Here we go ahead and give that voice some airtime and feel it in your body. And trying to be with that and breathe with it. And then start to ask that part, what does this need from me? What does this feeling in my body need from me? What does this limiting belief need from me? And start to move into the nurture step of rain, where we sense what the wounded, frightened, or hurting place inside you most needs. And then offer some kind or loving gesture of active care that might address this need. Does it need a message of reassurance, of forgiveness, of love? Or maybe it needs some self-compassion, physical touch, hands over the heart, a self-hug, holding your own hand. Or maybe a mental whisper like, I'm here with you. I'm sorry and I love you. It's not your fault. Trust your goodness. Maybe imagining here that a good friend or a higher source is wrapping you in love and light. Feeling that support, either coming from you yourself and your self-compassion practice, or coming from a loving being. And moving now into after the rain. It's important here to notice the quality of your own presence and rest in that space that's tender, awake, realizing that you're not stuck in that limiting belief or identified with any limiting sense of self. Who would you be if you didn't believe this? Here we get to find out who we are beyond our thoughts and beliefs. Noticing your presence, noticing how you feel. Awareness of any limiting beliefs are just a thought. Doesn't make it real or true. It's just one thought in the river of thoughts that passes through our mind every day. Becoming more aware of our habits, habits of the mind. Starting to transition out of our meditation, feeling the body sitting, the feet and what they're touching, your hands and what they're touching. Coming back into your space, opening your eyes when you're ready. And I thank you for your practice.